Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Have you ever met someone who talks so much that they can continue a conversation for hours without stopping? Today we are going to learn a very powerful and advanced English word that describes such a person. The word is loquacious. This is a beautiful and intelligent sounding word that can improve your English vocabulary and make your speaking and writing more impressive. The word loquacious is an adjective. It is used to describe a person who talks a lot. A loquacious person is extremely talkative and enjoys speaking continuously. Sometimes the word is used positively for someone who is friendly and expressive. Sometimes it is used negatively for someone who talks too much and does not allow others to speak. The word comes from the Latin word loqui, which means to speak. That is why loquacious is connected with speaking and talking. When you understand the root of a word, it becomes easier to remember its meaning. Now let us understand the meaning deeply. A loquacious person does not simply speak. They speak continuously. They often give long explanations, stories, opinions, and comments. Sometimes they speak because they enjoy communication, and sometimes because they cannot control their habit of talking. For example, imagine a friend who begins telling you a small story but continues speaking for 30 minutes without a pause. That friend can be called loquacious. Now let us look at some simple definitions. Loquacious means very talkative. Loquacious means speaking a lot. Loquacious means full of conversation and words. Loquacious means someone who talks more than necessary. Now let us explore how this word is used in daily English. You can use loquacious when describing a person in conversation. You can use it in writing essays, stories, articles, and speeches. You can use it in both formal and advanced English. Native speakers often use this word in literature, interviews, and academic discussions because it sounds more intelligent than simply saying talkative. Now let us compare loquacious with similar words. The first similar word is talkative. Talkative is a simple everyday word. Loquacious is more advanced and formal. The second similar word is chatty. Chatty usually sounds friendly and casual. A chatty person enjoys light conversation. The third similar word is verbose. Verbose means using too many words, especially in writing or speaking. Verbose often has a negative feeling. The fourth similar word is communicative. A communicative person expresses ideas clearly and openly. The fifth similar word is garrulous. Garrulous is another advanced word for someone who talks too much, especially about unimportant things. Now let us discuss the positive and negative sides of being loquacious. A loquacious person can be entertaining, social, friendly, expressive, and confident. Such people often become good teachers, hosts, presenters, and storytellers because they can keep conversations alive. However, being too loquacious can also create problems. Sometimes people may feel tired or annoyed if someone speaks continuously without listening. Communication is most effective when there is balance between speaking and listening. That is why good communicators know when to speak and when to stay silent. Now let us study the grammatical use of loquacious. Loquacious is an adjective. Example: she is loquacious. The noun form is loquacity. Loquacity means the quality of talking too much. Example: his loquacity surprised everyone during the meeting. The adverb form is loquaciously. Example: the old man spoke loquaciously about his childhood memories. Now let us focus on 5 detailed examples of the word loquacious. Example 1. My loquacious cousin can talk about movies, sports, travel, and food for hours without getting tired. In this sentence, loquacious describes a cousin who enjoys continuous conversation. Example 2. The loquacious tour guide made the journey entertaining by sharing interesting stories about every place we visited. Here the word has a positive meaning because the guide kept everyone interested. Example 3. Although the professor was highly intelligent, his loquacious lectures sometimes confused students because they were too long. In this sentence, the word has a slightly negative meaning because excessive talking created confusion. Example 4. The child became loquacious after winning the competition and excitedly told everyone about the experience. This example shows happiness and excitement causing someone to speak a lot. Example 5. Her loquacious nature helped her become a successful television host because she could engage the audience easily. This example shows how being talkative can become an advantage. Now let us learn some common sentence patterns with loquacious. You can say someone is loquacious. Example: my neighbor is very loquacious. You can say someone became loquacious. Example: he became loquacious after drinking coffee. You can use it before a noun. Example: she gave a loquacious speech. Now let us discuss real-life situations where this word can be used. Situation 1. In school, a student who constantly answers questions and talks throughout class can be called loquacious. Situation 2. At work, a colleague who speaks too much during meetings may be described as loquacious. Situation 3. In family gatherings, there is often one relative who tells endless stories and dominates conversations. That person is loquacious. Situation 4. In media, television presenters, radio hosts, and commentators are often naturally loquacious because their jobs require continuous speaking. Situation 5. In friendships, some friends are quiet while others are extremely loquacious and energetic during conversations. Now let us learn how to remember the word easily. Think of a person who never stops talking. Imagine them speaking from morning until night. Connect that image with the word loquacious. You can also connect it with the word liquid. Just as liquid keeps flowing, a loquacious person keeps speaking continuously. Memory techniques make vocabulary learning easier and more enjoyable. Now let us understand the difference between loquacious and silent personalities. A silent person listens more than they speak. A loquacious person speaks more than they listen. Both personalities have strengths and weaknesses. Silent people often observe carefully and think deeply. Loquacious people often create energy, excitement, and social connection. The best communication style combines confident speaking with respectful listening. Now let us look at some advanced examples. The politician was so loquacious during the interview that the host struggled to ask questions. The novelist created a loquacious character who entertained readers with endless humorous conversations. Her loquacious storytelling transformed ordinary events into exciting adventures. The old shopkeeper was loquacious and loved sharing memories with customers. Despite his loquacious personality, he remained an excellent listener whenever his friends needed support. These examples show how flexible and useful the word can be. Now let us discuss common mistakes learners make with this word. Mistake 1. Using loquacious for writing only. Remember that loquacious mainly describes speaking, not writing. Mistake 2. Confusing loquacious with loud. A person can be loquacious without speaking loudly. The word means talkative, not noisy. Now let us create a short imaginary scene using the word. Imagine entering a cafe after a long day. You meet an old friend who is extremely loquacious. Before you even order coffee, they begin talking about their job, family, vacation, favorite movies, social media experiences, and future plans. 20 minutes later, you realize you have barely spoken at all. That friend is definitely loquacious. Stories help vocabulary stay in memory because the brain remembers emotions and situations more easily than isolated definitions. Now let us learn some antonyms of loquacious. Quiet, silent, reserved, taciturn, reticent. These words describe people who do not speak much. For example, a taciturn person speaks very little while a loquacious person speaks continuously. Now let us compare two sentences. Sentence 1. Ali is taciturn and rarely joins conversations. Sentence 2. Sarah is loquacious and always leads discussions. This contrast helps us understand both words clearly. Now let us learn why advanced vocabulary matters. Using advanced words like loquacious improves your communication skills. It makes your English sound richer, smarter, and more professional. Students preparing for exams, interviews, presentations, and public speaking can benefit greatly from learning such words. However, remember that vocabulary becomes powerful only when you use it naturally. Do not memorize words without practice. Use them in daily conversations, writing exercises, and speaking activities. Now let us do a quick review. Loquacious is an adjective. It means very talkative. It describes someone who enjoys speaking a lot. It can have both positive and negative meanings depending on the situation. The noun form is loquacity. The adverb form is loquaciously. Now before we finish, let us go through the 5 main examples one more time. My loquacious cousin can talk for hours without getting tired. The loquacious tour guide made the journey entertaining. The professor gave loquacious lectures that confused students. The child became loquacious after winning the competition. Her loquacious personality helped her become a successful television host. Try creating your own sentences using this word. The more you practice, the more naturally you will remember and use it. English vocabulary learning is not only about memorizing meanings. It is about understanding emotions, situations, culture, and communication styles connected to words. A single advanced word like loquacious can help you describe personalities more accurately and express yourself more intelligently. Thank you so much for watching and learning with me today. I hope this lesson helped you understand the word loquacious deeply and confidently. Keep practicing, keep speaking, and keep improving your English every single day, because strong vocabulary creates strong communication. Before you leave, here is a question for you. Do you know someone who is very loquacious and loves talking all the time? Try describing them in the comments using the word loquacious. See you in the next lesson with another exciting English word. Take care and keep learning.